Hello, welcome back to the Freak Show. Bumpy McSquigums here. I want to thank you all for joining me as I go through this door and continue with Pillars of Eternity, The White March, in preparation for Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. Alright, onward. A willowy adolescent boy stands in the center of his cell, gawkish and stoop-shouldered. He stares straight ahead, the occasional blink his only movement, and it is unclear whether he registers your presence at all behind his glassy, doll-like eyes. In this state, the barriers between your soul and his are thin and porous, easily bypassed if you should wish it. Yeah, I guess. He doesn't look like a boy. You close your eyes and edge forward toward the boy's soul, and as you near, a sudden malice comes over you. You are cold and warm all at once, sweating and shivering and straining for breath, as you did on the caravan journey. The soul you approach is the wrong one, a parasitic plant that strangles its host. It is predatory and pitiless, and you have crossed paths with it before. Too late does it occur to you to retract, and already you feel yourself plunging into some interminable abyss of thought and memory. You are standing in a cell now, the same cell in the sanitarium. The halls are moonlit and empty, and you are waiting. At the far end of the ward, the door opens, revealing a flesh golem in silhouette beneath the stone archway. It makes its usual rounds, the same stops every time, the misbegotten child of despondent creators. When the construct is close, you coil yourself up and spring forward, passing out of the boy's body as though it were a membrane. You can sense his body behind you, collapsing to the floor, a puppet whose strings are cut. You are rushing toward the golem now, bodiless as a gust of wind. Quickly, you think to yourself, quickly, and you feel the strength hemorrhaging from your soul as you dart toward the makeshift abomination. You pass into the golem's shell and overtake the soul implanted within, encircling it, suppressing it. Contained in this new vessel, you are strong again. You step heavy-footed down corridors, unheeded by the other constructs and scrutinized only by the wary, untrusting eyes of the mad, coming at last to an office piled with books and scribbled papers, and the perverse implements of animancy. You set your oversized hands upon a large machine, a nest of globes and tubes and coils in the center of the room, and go to work, bending wires and unsetting alignments. Your surroundings are pulled past you, or perhaps you are pulled past them, and they dissolve into a blur. When they settle into place again, you are outside on a clear day, standing in front of a crowd stacked high above you on the tiered seats of an amphitheater. You are acting for the crowd, standing deliberately still, but this is no play. A balding man with rodent-like features is strapping you to a machine, the one you had tampered with. You see your arms for the first time, short, fleshy, unmistakable those of a little girl. But this body is not truly yours. Your mind still holds the same determination, the same hard-heartedness as before. The body itself is cold and vacuous. Unlike the others, this one has no soul of its own. The man speaks and the crowd applauds with an enthusiasm worthy of a hero's entrance. "Bear witness," he says, and pulls a lever. The machine shivers and sparks, and a bead of sweat rolls down the side of the man's brow. But the crowd's apprehension quickly gives way to awe as the crystal globe fills with a radiant mist that casts the entire theater aglow. He opens a valve, and the glow crawls through a tube along a length of copper wiring that runs to a set of electrodes beneath your armpits. You feel nothing when it reaches you, as it should be, for you have been leading this work astray periodically for some time, altering notes and settings and playing puppeteer for Hollowborn. But you make it look how people would expect it to look when a body is infused with a soul. In a moment the machine goes dark, and the man unstraps you, eyeing you with a scientist's concern. He looks back up at the crowd. "Behold!" he says, and there is obvious hesitation in his voice. Slowly you take a plodding step forward, then another, and another. You look up at the man, giving him the eye contact of which no Hollowborn is capable, and the crowd gasps. The man looks relieved. "How do you feel?" he asks at a volume meant for the crowd. This is the moment. At the top of your lungs you let out a piercing shriek. The man comes towards you, his hands outstretched, but you run the other way, back to the machine. With all your strength you drive your head into the crystal globe, and it shatters, streaking your head with warm blood. You drive your head down onto the surface of the machine again and again, drawing panicked screams from the crowd. By the time the man reaches you, your body has already ceased proper function and merely twitches on the cold ground. Satisfied, you depart the corpse in search of another unsuspecting host. Who could put their faith in animancy now? You are pulled again from your surroundings, transcending the boundaries of memories and lifetimes, deeper and deeper past betrayals and murders and lies upon lies that form the thick webbing of plots beyond mortal comprehension. You settle at last on a room you have seen before. Expansive, with a tall device encasing an Adra monolith at its center. The room is filled with people, and the people all look at the device. You are yanked suddenly back to reality, and the once catatonic boy in the cell is looking directly at you, appraising, calculating. There is no mistaking now that it is the soul of Thaos Ix Arcanon, the man you have been searching for, that gazes out from that borrowed husk. A watcher. You made me into a watcher. I need you to undo it. I believe we share a common past. I'm just looking for some answers. Not just a watcher. Someone who will break those frail little legs of yours if you don't do exactly what I tell you. I'm looking for some answers. Yeah. Is that so? He makes no effort to hide his disinterest, but he continues to search your eyes. He makes a slight grunting noise and his eyes soften for an instant. And it seems, for that moment, that he recognizes you. He opens his mouth to speak, then seems to think better of what he is about to say. His jaw tightens. I know your look. You hunger. Hunger for answers that elude you. It gnaws at your soul. It usurps your reason for being. You are like everyone. I will help you let go. He dodges backward with startling grace, putting himself out of reach. On his face there is no malice, only the dispassion of a farmer putting down a sick animal. Then suddenly he slumps forward. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not that terrifying. Well, I don't think it is. Maybe I'm wrong. Uh-oh. What were my initial knee jerk reaction? Or knee jack reaction? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that whole thing. Well, the Weaver's Song added. The quest expires in 3 days. Let's go figure out what that is before we fight this horrible monstrosity of a battle. Quest. Rewards 15% experience, Cloak of Comfort, some monies, expires. Okay. I guess we'll send a Loth along for this one. Seems fine. Okay, I'm still assuming at this point that we are significantly more powerful than any of our opponents. And as such, I'm really, really, really hoping that we'll be able to just kind of walk this off.
Hey.
Okay, so we've done this thing that we've done. I am going to disengage with her. I think I'm going to apparently have a lot that I can do. Imprints an insidious and powerful compulsion to obey the cipher across all enemies in the area of effect. Interesting. Let's see how it works. Not very well, it seems. Or maybe it's not quite done yet. I would say with a fair amount of certainty that Sagani should probably do some cool stuff. Durance probably should have already been doing cool stuff. I know I got sidetracked. I do apologize for that. And you are up there not really doing much of anything. So, maybe come down here. Oh, there we go. We now, well, we don't have control. But they're not trying to kill us anymore, and I like that. And they should probably absorb some of the hate. I suppose I could cast some lightning over there. Because I can. And probably a good idea to start doing some of the birds. Itumak, you're still alive, right? No. Itumak went down. That's unfortunate. Oh, mark the flesh construct, I suppose. Yeah, I don't really see this going super poorly for us. Taking these guys down bit by bit. Crazed Patient is all that remains, and then Adelman. Alright, let's go ahead and knock you on your booty. And yeah, we'll just kill him. Or we can insta-give him. I'm okay with that too. Well, that was underwhelming. Slightly underwhelming.
I shall.
Well, let's go into the boy's room.
I'll take a look.
There's nothing to really do in here. I guess we'll go look in his poop pot. Oh, cool. He pooped out some bloodstones. Well, that seems meh. Or gross or something. Well, he fled.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
And we kind of murdered everyone. I imagine probably a smart idea to maybe go into each of these rooms. Looks like there's some more flesh constructs that we're going to have to deal with, and possibly everyone in the sanitarium is now going to be a foe. Which, I have to admit, I'm not a super big fan of. That being how this is all going to play out.
I'm here. Hey.
Alright, let's go search the last of the rooms.
Slowly now.
Okay, slowly now.
Hey.
Okay, Adair, why don't you go ahead and upset the flesh construct. Bring him back in. His lumbering body is not going to do enough to really stop or slow us in any way. I'm going to go from one to the next to the next. I suppose we could lay on hands, but eh. Let's just do whatever this thing is. Alright, let's go ahead with a sworn enemy now. I probably agree. I don't actually know, but we'll pretend. We will pretend like I absolutely agree with you. Okay, well that was another series of easy kills. Do we go into here? What do we do at this point? Like, I'm not sure where we should actually be heading. I know eventually we'll probably want to talk to Azus. I don't remember what his name is. It's a little unfortunate, but we should talk to the one dude who kind of ran this place. I feel like he's probably the guy we should talk to.
Be cautious. Be constant.
Be cautious and be constant, huh? Is there a door here that I missed? It looks like there is. Okay. Oh, you know what? I think this was like quarantined off. And I'm okay with that.
Eyes open.
Eyes open. Mouth shut. Ears glued to hands. No, not ear hands.
Keeping an eye out.
Kill the flesh construct. Make him die in pain. Assuming there's pain involved. I assume there's not.
Be cautious. Be constant.
Huh.
And what does the flame reveal?
Too many things, buddy. Too many things.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
He's in there still, I assume. Yeah. Doesn't really look like much is going down over here. Still lots of shrieking. Lots of and, you know, that's never good.
I'll take a look.
Okay, he's there. Oh boy, I imagine he's gonna have some choice words to say to us. What have you done? You've been experimenting on patients against their wills, mangling their souls. I've witnessed it with my own eyes. Azo's face drains of what little color it had. How could you possibly... Look, it had to be done. And the others. They took everything from me. Everything when I was this close. I had to know. I had to know where I failed and why. Imagine the value if I'd succeeded. I had something that could make all those hollow infants into something like a real person. With a few more patrons, a few more years' research, who knows? No one has come that close with the legacy. It's why I have to continue. Why I have to risk everything here working in secret. It is why you have to lie to Elathal for me. Tell him that you've cleared me of all suspicions. I'd rather you face judgment. Let's see here. We'll see. If it means a chance at stopping the legacy, then you have my silence. I'm going to expose you just for what you are. For are you what just the explosion of expositude?
Then I can't let you get in my way either.
And how do you propose to stop me? Please, enlighten me. That's your plan. You're going to fight me. Well, I feel like this is not going to go well for him. I'm just saying. That didn't work. Like, at all. Even a little bit. Azo's research journal. I'm close to a breakthrough. I found an ample source of essence now, and the vessels have responded positively to the infusion with a proxy. Human trials are the next logical course. Alright, Hand Graham. Subject is a male, approximately early 30s, powers of speech absent, presumably as a result of overfragmentation of his soul. As such, he is the ideal subject for present research. However, experimentation has caused severe pain and induced panic, and I have to enlist the aid of the guards in transporting him for more recent procedures. I think we already read that one before. I do apologize, guys and gals. My nose is quite stuffy, and it's causing me some difficulties with my speaking. I'm actually on point today with my reading, but I get bogged down with my allergens kicking my booty. So, bear with me. Hopefully I get through it. I have a few moments of clarity here and there. I'm hoping that returns at some point. Have I figured out how to open the trunk? Heavy lock holds the trunk shut. It's too sturdy to break, and the mechanism looks too complicated to pick. Deep gouges, they look like claw marks, or garges. The head warden must be told what's going on down here. Well, do you have anything else to say to me? Nope. Why? I'm getting out of here. It's not safe anymore. You know, you're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong. Hopefully this works out and it's not like the whole place is like murder, death, kill land. Oh, seems fun. Oh. What the blazes happened down there? You were given permission to ask questions. I had things under control until I killed the leaden key spy, at which point he possessed a flesh construct. It's complicated. A patient of yours, Uskrim, was working for the leaden key, only without knowing it. Alzo was being influenced by a patient, but that patient really wasn't himself at the time. Let's see here. I think this is the one we're going to go with. You finished your explanation, and Ethel breaks the silence. I have read accounts of people in history who could do what you describe. The accounts are few and brief, and never reliable. Some go as far as to suggest that they are all the same person. If truly such a person was here among us, plotting our ruin, would that I had a body again and could be of some real use in our time of need. I fear what the future may hold for this place. I am grateful you were able to dispatch the threat before there was the loss of innocent life. We very nearly had another scandal on our hands. What of Azo? What part did his experiments play in this catastrophe? Well, I confronted him, and I was forced to kill him. He groans in disgust. Such a waste. There was none more gifted working here. In time I had hoped to rehabilitate his image. But a mind like his, so full of ideas, leaves little room for patience. I would inquire more into the matter, but in truth you have done this institution a favor. Were his transgressions ever to reach the public, there would be a terrible uproar. I was blind to have trusted him a second time. His tone takes an ominous quality that reverberates all around you. I trust you will be more cautious in future inquiries.
Hail and well met.
Yeah, no, totally gonna be more cautious. I'm gonna leave now before your weird omnipresent statue self comes to murder me and make me die a lot. Because death is bad and living's probably pretty good, from what I've been told. Can't be certain on that, haven't been sold on it, but I'm assuming.
But if your dukes ordered you to return home...
The safety of the republics is being decided here. If
Okay.
I do what needs to be done, there'll be time enough to beg forgiveness when the dust settles.
You must do what you feel is best. I understand.
Well, I gotta say, these are some of the worst assassins in the history of assassin kind,
Slowly now.
just in case you were wondering.
Hey.
Because, yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to go kill them. There's a lot of them, though, so that's kind of a thing. Alright, I'm gonna waddle over there. I think probably okay to get all of us out of, like, stealthy mode. And have you do your thing that you do. I'll probably cast horrible spells on them.
I'm ready.
And then we'll send the dog down here. Oh, the assassin wants to come play. Oh, no, I didn't grab Itumak again. I can't grab. What is Itumak? What is wrong with you, buddy? Why can't I select you? Because you're frightened. Why are you frightened? Well, that seems bad. Alright, so we should do a prayer against fear, because I guess we're afraid of assassins or some stupid nonsense? I don't know what's happening. It's kind of strange. I'm not gonna lie. Do we actually cast our prayer against fear? I don't know. It's fine. It looks like it's going fine. Itumak, do I have control of you again? I do.
Can't get a good shot.
And it didn't really matter, did it? It's fine. Alright, you do that. I shall come with over here and do with this. And I guess you're just shooting things right now. Again, worst assassins ever. Like, I saw them a mile off. They did not do well at assassinating anyone. Especially this guy. Oh, there was a note. Alright, let's go see if we can't figure out where that note went. Written on a scrap of parchment is a concise but detailed description of you, including your name, your distinguishing features, and everyone you're known to have associated with in your brief time in Deerwood. Cool!
I shall.
Well, they definitely didn't get their money's worth out of those assassins. I assume there's probably something I need to do at some point, somehow. I guess we're traveling to Deerford Village. And then we'll return back to the Hermit of Hadrid House. Alright, so I guess that's next up on our to-do list, which I'm okay with. It'd be nice to get out of the city, you know, get out of Defiance Bay. Maybe we'll head back to Caed Nua. That's so far the opposite direction that we need to go. Nah, Caed Nua can wait. We're heading to the Deer Ford. And once we land there, or we get there, what have you, I'm going to break off the episode, but we're going to continue with more episodes until all are healed, or we are victorious, or I don't know, something good happens, or bad. It really is kind of up in the air at this point. Hey, our wall is constructed.
Feathers, that's a blessing of Helia?
So they say.
Well, that's lucky. Where I'm from, we see a feathered lady, we start worrying maybe her dad got frisky with his hens.
I guess you can always trust a farm boy's head to go there first.
Jeez. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for that. Alright, and our final building upgrade, the South Curtain Wall, will be finished in 4 days, and nothing remains until possibly there's more upgrades as we continue our little adventure. I don't rightly know, and that's okay. What isn't okay is we're here now, and
I'm here.
I don't know what we need to do. Find someone in town who knows about the ruins. I've already cleared the ruins. Like, this is already a thing that's been done. Like, I've already cleared the Deerford village. I mean, it's absolutely done. Maybe she knows?
Hello.
Do you know anything about an Engwithan ruin nearby? Hard to throw a stone in the wilds without knocking over someone's sacred Audra pillars. Smart travelers avoid them, but if you're really set on sightseeing, Beodmar could point you in the right direction. He keeps a little temple on the northwest edge of town.
Greetings.
Oh, okay. Well, fine. I guess we'll go talk to Beodmar and his temple on the southwest edge of town, which we were just next to a moment ago. It's alright, don't even worry. A player named Gus will handle business. That's what he do. Go, a player named Gus. Go to the temple. And beyond. Oh, looks like the wife might even be home. So I'm going to stop inside the temple. Not home, I'm sorry, guys. That's the wrong thing. She might be messaging me back from whatever it was she was doing. Anyway, I'm going to break off the episode right here. Going to confer with the wife. And I will be back with the next episode whenever I decide to upload it. Until then, my name's Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you for stopping by the Freak Show, and I will see you later.